be used for good things and bad things. My point is not to say it's the most wonderful thing that's ever happened. My point is to say it is a transformative technology.
It can also fall prey to bad actors. You know, obviously Chinese, for example, Russians, wherever it's coming from. I mean, the whole point is there some kind of wall that's up to dealing with that, and the answer no, there isn't.
Well, there'll have to be a whole lot of new things that are invented in order to deal with the problems. But you're not going to disinvent the technology. But yes, of course, there's going to be, there'll be job displacement. There'll be all the things to do with deep fakes. Actually, worse than that, it will be easier to create weapons that can be used for terrorism and so on. All of that is absolutely true. But my point is simply, this is the 21st century equivalent of the 19th century Industrial Revolution.
One man who has championed AI quite ferociously is Rishi Sunak. Could you see him as some kind of AI czar?
Well, I don't think Keir's going to be rushing to do that. But no, look, one of the advantages that Britain has is that probably after America and China, Britain's probably third in the world actually on AI, which gives us an enormous opportunity. But we've got to keep building the sector. You believe that Labour does best when it inhabits the centre ground, but Keir Starmer calls himself a socialist. Are you? Well, I always called myself a socialist. When people ask me, you know, I used to say, it depends what you're talking about. If you mean a set of values, well, if you mean a set of values that are about a belief in society and community and the importance of social justice, yes. But if you're asking me, do I believe in a socialized economy so that the state runs the economy? No, but he doesn't either. I mean, look, this is a debate. I think when I was starting as Labour leader, people used to spend an enormous amount of time trying to say he's a socialist or not a socialist. But it's interesting that Keir Starmer actually said that quite specifically. Yeah, I think I can't absolutely remember, but I think I did it in the new clause 4 that we adopted. Yeah. For the Labour Party, it says in terms, we're a democratic socialist party. You gave Keir Starmer some advice when he came into the job, and one of the bits of advice was don't fall prey to wokeism. I mean, what is your definition of wokeism? Well, it's a good question, but I think people know what you mean by it. Or know what I mean by it. What do you mean, though? But it's making sure that on issues that are culturally really sensitive, you keep to what I think is keep to a pretty sensible middle ground, and you just it's you know I've had discussions on the trans issue, which have given rise to headlines I never thought I'd see in terms of biological discussion, but it's just on all of this stuff. The most important thing is that you're where sensible middle ground opinion is. Now, people can debate where that lies in different elements and different issues, but that's my general view. And by the way, I don't give them advice on it. It's just, this is my view as to what is sensible for them. But the reason is it matters, because in the New Statesman you said left-wing politics has become defined by new-fashioned social and cultural messages around extreme identity and anti-police politics, for which large swathes of people is voter repellent. So how would you deal with the left? Because it's the left you're talking about. Yeah, you've just got to say to them, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Look what's happened. I think the government's made a great start. They've got a lot of energy, a lot of ideas. I think what these new ministers and new MPs will be feeling for the first time is we can actually do something. Yeah. But Keir Starmer's probably never been or going to be in a stronger position than he is now. So it is now the time to deal with the left. Well, it's not about dealing with the left. It's just about making sure that you're not going out of the mainstream of sensible British public opinion. Otherwise, you're going to find you're ending up spending your time debating things you don't really want to debate. Finally, Fraser Nelson, the editor of The Spectator, has said that many in this huge consultancy will end up working for the government. So how about you? What about an ambassadorship to the US? No. Thank you very much. No, I'm very happy doing this. Any job you would take? No, I'm not. I don't want to go back into the front line of politics. I'm very happy doing what we're doing with the Institute, because we do things in this country, but we're in roughly 40 countries in the world, and we've got actually almost 1,000 people working for us, and I'm enjoying it. I'm very enthusiastic about it, and
it sounds like megalomania. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, well.
Tony Blair, thank you very much.
Thank you.